Mabuhay TV!
Mabuhay! As you can see, I am back from my travels and I'm so happy to be here at R.B. Russell High School, which is the venue for this year's Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion for Folklorama. And I'm so happy to be here because this is actually where I began my journey in the community, is by being a production member as well as a performer for Magdaragat Philippines Incorporated. And I'm so glad to be back here to be able to share the latest news and events with all of you in Winnipeg.
Sobrang na-miss ka namin, girl, ha? And we love all your posts on Facebook na parang feeling namin kasama kami sa travel, right?
Thank you so much, John. And you know, I love traveling so much because the world is a beautiful place and there's so many experiences, food, cultures that are just waiting to be explored. I'm truly so grateful to be able to experience travel every single year.
That's so true, Judy. Our lives is defined by experiences and it also makes some beautiful memories as well.
Tama. Well, mga kababayan, as you know, traveling does take a lot of time, but let's talk about the largest and longest running multicultural festival of its kind in the whole world, and it happens every year right here in Winnipeg.
Welcome to Mabuhay TV!
Pavilion for the Folklorama Festival 2017.
The Pearl of the Orient Pavilion is at R.B. Russell High School, which is on Dufferin Avenue. And we have 3 show times every night, 6:45, 8:15, and 9:45. And each show is different. So if you come to, a different time, it's always a different show.
So I am here today with the members of the Magdaragat dance group. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Mimi Ayello.
My name is Vina Demiyuga.
My name is Clea Packley.
And my name is Marcelo Ayello.
And now they're performing at the Pearl of the Orient Pavilion this year's Folklorama. So can you tell us a little bit about what Magdaragat is and how long have you been performing with them?
I've been involved in Magdaragat since I was 7 years old, so it's been about 8 years now. And what our group does is we perform Filipino folk dances and we also share our culture throughout Folklorama. My favorite part is that we get to become a family as we grow, and we also get to share our culture to other people that don't know about the Philippines.
I just want to say congratulations and thanks to the entire Filipino community, not just for Folklorama, which is an incredible celebration of our diversity as a province, but also for your ongoing values, as demonstrated by your willingness to volunteer, your willingness to work hard and give back to the community and support all of us together, our families and so on. I thank you so much for this, and I look forward every year to the special celebration that is Folklorama. It's a celebration of everything that Manitoban people have to offer and deserve to share. So thanks and all the best.
For the past 40 years, Magdaragat Dance Group has become one of the most instrumental groups in Manitoba to promote the Philippine heritage. Today, I will take you behind the scenes of the Pearl of the Orient Pavilion and show you to some people who are instrumental to changing the lives of many people.
I've been involved with the Magdaragat since the start. I came over in Winnipeg, 1967, so we only a few Filipinos, and then I met Dante Benaventura. They start with this with these folk dances and also theater at time. So I got interested, and that's one of our venue here, to get together all Filipinos. Yeah.
So right now you have been volunteering for 40 years. Can you tell us about your responsibilities as a volunteer with Magdaragat like today?
Well, with the volunteers, I adopted 2 kids. They are age 10 and 11. So I let them join for the folk dances to get to know our culture and remember them as they grew up here in Canada, which they were very interested, and they even go to Disneyland.
I'm here with Kuya Jaime Torres, or Jamie, and can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to be the social coordinator for Magdaragat? I know you're very active on Facebook, on Instagram, so can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So I've been part of Magdaragat now for the last 5 years. So when we were new, nung bago pa kami, we were just testing the water kung magugustuhan mga anak ko kasi all my 5 kids are involved with Folklorama. And back then, okay, we're gonna try it for 1 year. Pero nagustuhan naman nila, right? So they really enjoyed it. We came back another year. We're like, maybe we should take a break. Pero at the time, kasi social media was going mainstream, so I was asking kung what's the presence of Magdaragat? Kasi the Filipino community here it's massive, and with social media push, it's only powerful if you use it properly. So I volunteered to just be part of the Facebook first, and then we now have we're on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and also Facebook. So I think the growth of the Filipino involvement and also yung presence ng Magdaragat here in Winnipeg has really grown so much, especially because of social media and just tagging friends and Folklorama family. And yeah, just lumago talaga yung aming followers. And I think lahat ng aming volunteers dito sa Magdaragat, we have a minimum of 150 volunteers plus over 160 performers. So we've really grown in so many different ways.
Well, the show was so good. It's great. I think it's the biggest one maybe for all the shows, compared to others.
So this show let us know more about Filipino history. So we really like it.
I loved everything about that performance. The children, the adults, they were all wonderful. I really enjoyed it. Makes me want to go to the Philippines.
Go to the Pearl of the Orient, the Filipino show, and I was not disappointed. I was so impressed. You know what was amazing? Obviously, all of the dancers, 120 young people, all from Winnipeg, from the very young to young adults. The talent, the hard work, the energy, I was incredibly impressed and just thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was wonderful. It was very energetic and it was very beautiful. See all the generations dancing, especially the cute little ones.
Welcome back. Hey John, did you hear about all of the changes that are happening in order to apply for Canadian citizenship? And what about permanent residency? So with all the changes in immigration law and policy, it's getting increasingly challenging for our kababayan to be able to keep up.
I know, Judian. Just the other day, I was talking to my relatives in the Philippines and they have so many questions that I can't even answer. I need to ask around pa nga para lang matulungan ko sila sa mga applications nila. At meron sila mga tanong na hindi ko kaya sagutin because I'm not even an expert. Pero alam niyo ba, meron akong alam na isang consulting firm based here in Winnipeg na makakatulong sa atin sa mga immigration inquiries.
We are here today with Mr. Michael Scott, who works as an immigration consultant based in Winnipeg. So thank you, Mr. Scott, for having us today.
Welcome, Julian.
Today our topic will be about the undeclared persons during a application process to come to Canada. And just for clarification, would you be able to define for us what it means to have an undeclared person on an application?
All right. People, Julian, who should have been declared, family relationships that should have been declared in an application. If the person is not declared and subsequently not examined as part of the process, they fall into a class referred to as an excluded family relationship. And that in itself creates all manner of problems for the applicant who didn't disclose, and of course the family member who is remaining behind.
And what are some common misconceptions about this, or why would people try to attempt to not declare relationships in their application process?
It's difficult to sort of assume that there's one common answer for all. Some of these things were culturally based, and prior to the change in the Immigration Act back in 2002, probably the one community that is most defined by relationships not disclosed was the Filipino community. That came into a number of things, and you probably know better than I, but nevertheless, back home, there was often discrimination against people on the basis of marital status and whether or not they had children. And so this sort of translates in terms of immigration applications, where they conceal a child or they conceal relationships. And they have all sorts of helpful people. Tita or a tito went before and they tend to know everything. No, the problem is a little bit of knowledge, a dangerous thing. And they get bad advice. And where they could have disclosed honestly and they have no problems, instead they didn't disclose because of bad advice. And they end up with a very serious problem under immigration law.
What would be the process now that they would have to go through in order to correct the situation?
See, this one now becomes really complex because we have a whole series of cases that have been tried at various levels of courts. And we have a common opinion even among the legal community. For example, I took a course recently dealing with this subject, and the immigration lawyer, widely respected, widely experienced, was speaking about sponsorships in this particular case. And he was talking about the trap or the cage that people have placed themselves in. And I thought it was interesting. It was very, very negative. Is it challenging? Unbelievably challenging. Is it impossible to overcome? No, like most things in this life. If there's hope, there's a chance. It's a very small chance. So now, I'll say on the one hand, that a case, and there was actually a Filipina who was a live-in caregiver in Canada, failed to disclose to children. She then tried to sponsor, was refused, appealed to the first level of appeal. The first level of appeal is the Immigration Appeal Division, and at that, refused. Once you're refused there, she then went to the next level, and she applied for leave to the Federal Court of Canada, and she received but was refused. She finally went and appealed all the way to the Supreme Court of Canada, at which point she was also subsequently refused. So the instructor that I had in that course, it's not that their opinions aren't based in law, they are based in law, but Canada and the Canadian Immigration Act, Canadians are such wonderful people. We try and make everything fair.
I just wanted to ask if you had any words of advice for a kababayan back home in the Philippines who are either thinking about or beginning their application process to immigrate to Canada.
Okay, so my advice, I've written a number of articles. As part of my community service, I've written a number of articles on this subject. So warning people and giving them fair advice to balance off what they're receiving from relatives. That's often well-intentioned but incorrect. Because many people, they gained absolutely nothing by not disclosing family members and created all manner of problems for themselves. Did not have to happen. So it has to do with education. It's a challenge in life, but nevertheless, there's hope. And there are a lot of people out there, it's not just me, but there are a lot of people out there who can and will argue the cases, and hopefully it gets through. I think the community has to become more aware, because the law was changed back in 2002. Because I was a member of that department in the past, I'm a retired civil servant, I know that a lot of this was prompted by things from back home and undisclosed relationships. So I think the community also has a responsibility here, because it's information that comes from back home. People say, why do Filipinos have to have Senomars? Well, because of the history of failing to disclose relationships and children. So the community is aware of it. Canada certainly is aware of it. And I think time we become more proactive as a community. It's not just someone like Michael Scott here.
Ay, ano meron? Wait lang mga best ha. Ina-update ko lang aking mga followers and friends ko sa aming Facebook page. Alam niyo naman, kailangan malaman nila kung nasan ako at kung ano mga happenings ko ngayong araw na ito eh.
Ikaw talaga, John. Pero I can't blame you. Because social media has been on the rise in its popularity in the past few years. Halos lahat ng tao nga merong social media account. And social networking has been one of the most convenient ways to connect with other people who have similar interests and similar goals, di ba, Lou?
That's right. I believe communication is the main key kung bakit nagbabiral ang social networking. Imagine, through social media, makikita at makakausap natin ang ating mga long-lost friends and relatives. And also through social media, magkakaroon tayo ng bagong kapamilya at mga kaibigan.
And here in Winnipeg, there are so many different social media accounts sa mga kababayan natin dito. So let's check them out.
Oh, wait lang. Groovy muna tayo.
Marketplace started in November 2015. That was actually November 1st. We were rooted from a different group page who actually decided to close that. And then we are actually like strangers. We just chatted on that site, and then we thought of starting 204 since buy and sell, and there are lots of really Filipinos who wants to continue it, so we agreed to form it.
So hindi lang ito buy and sell. We just call it Filipino marketplace because it's reminiscent of the palengke in the Philippines. And as you know, palengke in the Philippines are this is reflective of the Filipino lives. We go there to buy, we go there to meet with friends, to talk to people, to hear stories or gossips, what are the latest news. So it's the reason why we call it 204 Filipino marketplace. But then more than buy and sell, it's actually a community. And being a community, there are many things we can do. We can absolutely leverage the community so that we can help fellow Filipinos. We can initiate projects. So it's a powerful group.
We would like to thank everyone who's been continually supporting 204 Filipino Marketplace. May you be a buyer, a seller, a business owner, or just a reader. Thank you so much for being there, for helping us make this community a better page to be with. Yung unity ng Filipino is nandito kahit hindi nagkikita-kita madalas, but we can still feel that we are one in Winnipeg, in Manitoba.
We're very happy that there are 33,000 Filipinos with 204 Filipino Marketplace, and together there are many things we can do. Together we can share a lot of things, and together we are strong in uplifting the Filipino community here in Manitoba.
After ng engagement ng mga couple, ano ang kasunod?
Wedding! Ay nako, for sure, ako ang pinaka-bongga at ako ang pinaka-masayang bride. My God, imagine nakabarong bride. Ano ba ron, no? Hello?
Pero John, there's so much that goes on into a wedding. Kailangan pinagpaplanuhan, kailangan organized, kailangan everything has to fall into place. And so when we're looking at a wedding, we want to make sure that it's one of the most memorable events for the rest of your lives.
Maria Cleophas, did you come here of your own free will to bind yourself forever in the love and service of your husband? And Jason, did you come here of your own free will to bind yourself forever in the love and service of your wife?
Yes, Father.
I think we started something, gonna tell the world again. Oh, you're so beautiful, I just can't hold it in. I think we started something, I hope it never ends. I hope it never ends. Don't tell me that the good old days are over. We're two hearts running wild. On and on, we'll move a little closer. We don't have to burn out in the fire. No, we don't have to burn out in the fire. I wanna know, what are you waiting for? I wanna know just what you're waiting for, and you should know you're so beautiful. So let me know just what you're waiting for.
Grant us, O Lord, to be one heart and one soul from this day forward, for better and for worse, for richer and for poorer, and from sickness and in health, until death do us part.
And I, with the authority of the church, calling on all those present here as witnesses, confirm and bless the bond of marriage which you have contracted, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
talagang balikan yung moment na nagpakasal kami ni Mr. Federes.
Sayang no, Lou, wala ako nung time na yun. Hindi pa tayo magkaibigan eh. Sayang mga panahon na yun. No? Pero siguro kung magkasama na tayo, no? Magkakilala na tayo, ang saya siguro ng wedding mo.
Yes.
Oy, pero ikaw, Judy, ha? Huwag kang tatahitahimik dyan, ha? You have to invite us on your wedding day. Pero don't worry, mga best. Sa wedding ko, invited kayo. Promise yan.
Sige, invited kayo sa wedding ko. Pero sa wedding ko, I want to make sure na meron akong live band because I love to listen to music. And speaking of live music, we're about to introduce you to 3 young, energetic, and performance-driven individuals. Sino sila? Watch this.
Bago tayo magpaalam, meron muna tayong papasiyahin.
It's time to announce the winner of 1 Jumbo Balikbayan box plus free shipping, courtesy of our friends from Forex Cargo. Our question from the last episode was, anong sport kung saan nasa second season na ang V-League? Is it A, swimming, B, marathon running, or C, volleyball? And the correct answer is C, volleyball. And congratulations to our winner, Elaine Tumbocon.
Hey, congratulations, girl!
Congratulations! And for our next question for this episode, ano ang world's largest and longest running multicultural festival? A. Heritage Festival, B. Folklorama, or C. Manitoba Filipino Street Festival?
Kung gusto ninyo manalo ng 1 Jumbo Balikbayan box with free shipping, go na sa aming Facebook page and post your answer!
Ang bilis talaga ng oras. It's time to say goodbye for now.
And before we say goodbye, on behalf of our team, we do want to thank Magdaragat Philippines Incorporated and the Pearl of the Orient Philippine Pavilion for having us. We'd also like to invite our kababayan. We'll hope to see you around Folklorama in our travels and yours for now and for the years to come. And make sure that you join us again for yet another exciting and inspiring episode for us to keep talking about.
Dito lang sa
Mabuhay TV!
Para sa paglalakad maaliwala sa clear. O bakit ba may deal? Naninigas sa aking kamay. Dem sa sobrang lamig na frozen pati yakin laway. Pag uwi ko ng bahay dem, hindi ko automatic sa init ng aming bahay para akong binibig. Kahit ganito sa tropa naman, ako ay sold. Patukan ng snow kahit madulas sa tumaob. Minsan nakakainis na